They talk about the demographic shift in the country is ruinous. They point to the fact that non-white folk tend to vote Democrat, but this ignores that voting is malleable.
According to the Center for Immigration Studies, 57% of new immigrant households with kids were using at least one welfare program in 2009. They tend to lean left on the question of big government. By the way, polls show that Hispanic immigrants lean left on the issue of big government. In April 2012, Pew Hispanic poll showed 81% of Hispanic immigrants want bigger government with more services.
The fact is that a huge percentage of California Hispanics vote for Democrats. 80% of Florida Hispanics currently favor Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Okay, Hispanics don't vote universally one way.
Only 41% of Americans overall want bigger government with more services. Virtually all of the countries from which Hispanic immigrants come are socialist in orientation. Many of them are socialist dictatorships. Well, how about that notion that Hispanics are a burgeoning religious class who agree with conservatives on social issues? Not so much. 53% of Hispanic children are now born out of wedlock. According to 2012 exit polls, 59% of Hispanic voters wanted same-sex marriage legalized. 66% said abortion should be legal in most or all cases. And in their own lives, Hispanics are becoming less, not more religious. 1 in 4 Hispanic adults, according to Pew, are now former Catholics.
Because race is not the basis for voting. Ethnicity is not the basis for voting. Culture may be the basis for voting.
And even so-called religious Catholic Hispanics tend toward leftism. The poll shows 49% of Catholic Hispanics favor same-sex marriage. Overall, 58% of Catholic Hispanics identify as Democratic or leaning that way. Does that sound like a naturally conservative constituency just an amnesty away from voting for the right? And yet this seems to be the conservative plan, which is absolute lunacy.
They talk about the demographic shift in the country is ruinous. They point to the fact that non-white folk tend to vote Democrat, but this ignores that voting is malleable.